Wrestling's a sport that's passed down through generations. It's really rare that you find a wrestler or an athlete that's successful at our level that doesn't have an involved father.
Mr. North, he was tough on Michael, but at the end of the day, it was because he loved him so much.
My dad wrestled 3 years in high school. He has always had a bunch of tattoos. I really wanted one, and we kind of workshopped. This compass always points true north. The tattoo really makes me feel him, like he's there. I grew up in Norton, Ohio, just outside of Wadsworth, and then we moved to Wadsworth, Ohio. When I was a toddler, we had this Great Dane that was just huge. I'd always wrestle around with him, and once he pulled my arm out of socket, and I think that's where my dad was like, all right, we need to get you into wrestling.
I was born in inner city Akron, Ohio. Michael North is from Wadsworth, Ohio, about 25 minutes away. We started training together, I think around 2nd grade.
We were beating 6th graders as 1st and 2nd graders, and always met in the finals.
Mr. North, he would take us an hour away over to Elyria to wrestle for about 90 minutes, and then drive us all the way back.
North Never Quit has always kind of been our motto. It really became evident in the Ironman tournament my sophomore year. I lost early on in the tournament, and I was battling back, and he said, North Never Quit. It's always in the back of my mind, like whether it was a tournament, a practice, or just doing some yard work. We were both sought out top Ohio recruits. I decided to come here to Columbus, Ohio, and Mike decided to stay in the Big Ten and go to Maryland. In 2013, we got the unfortunate diagnosis of my dad having leukemia. He battled that all the way up until 2016, where he was able to get into remission. When I got to college, my freshman year, I got a call saying that it's came back. He has leukemia once again, and this time it's aggressive and acute. It was really upsetting seeing him skin and bones, like he was almost unrecognizable. That's when the phrase came out again, North Never Quit. My sister and I both tested for giving our bone marrow to him, and I ended up being the match.
I was scared. I remember when he told me, I was like, are you really gonna do it?
We're talking about things that are way bigger than a national championship or anything really involved in wrestling. He was trying to save his dad's life. Mike was going to be in a different path than everybody else. That meant he had to take shots. That meant that he had to adjust his training. That meant that he had to be gone. At that point, we realized how real it was.
I was getting really sick through these shots, and it seemed to keep getting worse and worse. There was a night where my roommate walked in on me in the bathroom, shaking, holding the toilet, and throwing up because it just got so, it was just so rough.
I think after the first bone marrow procedure, he came in the room and he had his wrestling shoes on or something, and I just remember Clemson and I were just like, yeah, no, you're not going. Just take a seat, hang out. I was kind of like, whoa, he's really going through this.
When Devin first met the North family and they started discussing, you know, that his dad was a cancer survivor, I think instantly there was a connection.
During my junior year at the University of Missouri, my mom, she had leukemia. She was in a coma, and that's eventually how she passed away. It was a week before graduation. It was tough because that was my mom's, that was really what she wanted. She just wanted me to graduate. I was the first kid in my family to go to college.
As soon as Coach Mellon heard about what my dad was going through, he was instantly comforting to me. We've got this bond through what's happened with us and what we've gone through.
We're almost there. One more step.
In the spring of 2020, my dad was getting through his last leukemia treatment round, but he was so weak, that's when COVID came and he got COVID.
To be where they thought they were, you know, kicking cancer's ass, to catching COVID, hard, really hard.
We were unable to see him in the hospital because of COVID, and they FaceTimed him for us. They just gave us a call when he passed.
Couldn't even give the kid a hug, you know, couldn't look him in the face and tell him you're sorry and that you love him, that you care about him.
All these emotions that I went through at the time kind of resurfaced, and I just remember calling my dad and just telling him I loved him and that I missed him.
The kid's been devastated, the family's been devastated. So I just said, I go, you know, Mike, where are you at? You know, are you coming back? Are you thinking about staying home? Or, you know, what do you want moving forward? I'm not sure how long it took for Mike to make that decision, but I know he made the right decision to come back.
I chose to stay at Maryland because the guys on the team were amazing.
This is the pivotal moment here for Michael North.
I know his results aren't where they want to be right now as an athlete.
What I went through, it's hard to have the same mindset. I think it's just trying to get back into it and become the wrestler that I used to be.
The loss of his father, I mean, the guy that introduced him to the sport, that took him to every tournament, he doesn't have his dad. You gotta give me a second. I mean, he doesn't have his dad like telling him good luck or good job or hang in there. I think the more we are together as a team, as a program, as a family, the happier Michael is. We've talked about the 4 words on the wall, and perseverance, that's not an issue for Michael North. So made perfect sense for our staff to recognize him as a captain.
I like to look at the tattoo. It's right on my chest right here, so I kind of feel like it's him.
Like his dad said, you know, North's just, they don't quit, and that kid don't quit.